always hard coming off a split when, Jimmy goes down, your other guys have to step up. But they played very well last week. And what's your overall takeaway?
Well, I mean, it was a heck of a weekend. You got two really good teams going at it. I mean, now when we review, I would have liked a little better puck management, and because they got so much talent, and we got burned on our turnovers all weekend. I think of their 7 goals, 5 came off our sticks. But our effort, in highly intense games, we'll grow from that. We'll learn from that. But we've been, steady the ship. We're moving forward.
We talked about Jackson a little bit. You talked about him hitting the net more consistently, but just as a whole package, he's having quite a year as a defender and a guy who can move the puck.
Yeah, he's if that's what an All-American looks like, that's what they look like right there. Yeah. And it comes back his senior year and just been no let up in his game, and even takes it to another level. Pretty special.
He's scored on every shift you've had him at forward, too. Any temptation to move him back up?
1 for 1?
Yeah, 1 for 1.
We know we got that in the back pocket if we need it.
Nice.
Since he's been here, where have you seen his game grow the most? Is there any specific one area?
LaCombe, Jackson.
Yeah.
Physical strength, what the normal maturation process. He came in as a boy and now he's a man, in strength and maturity. He's kind of a brick to go with the talent that he's had, and then his confidence. It's just the maturity and strength kept meeting his talent with confidence. It just kept growing throughout his career. That's one of the better defensemen in college hockey you're going to see.
Do you think Matthew Nice has become more unselfish as he plays?
Well, to say that, then I'd say he was never selfish.
No, he's never selfish, but it just seems he's even making more plays and more assists than before.
Well, once again, it's he's a sophomore, and there was so much attention on him a year ago with making the World Juniors and Olympics and World Juniors in the summer. I think he's handled everything incredibly well. He needed the break at Christmas. It's recharged him, what he just came off of. But he tries a lot because he can, and he's going to have to know every level he goes up what he can get away with, and just confidence. Wants the puck, demands it, going to make plays happen, and he's got a hardness to his game and he can't get there fast enough to play it in a hard game. He enjoys that.
Bobby had over 20,000 people in the building over the last 2 games, and that combined with the quality of play over those 2 games is as good as it gets.
Well, I think it also brings the best out of the other team, because you can't help but be in that atmosphere, and we saw that last year in the playoffs too. That's as big time as atmosphere you see in college sports, but our crowds have been coming back for a couple of years, and you give a lot of credit to our student section, where it's just been coming out of COVID, it's been phenomenal, and it gives the building a whole different vibe, and you feel it on the bench too. So, and our guys feel it, and we sure appreciate it. It's great for our program.
You ever coached a team before that's had 3 Hobie Baker nominees?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
we would have on that when I was assistant that 02 team. Yeah. We have 3, but we're pretty fortunate, and we know that, because they only put 3 in off a team. But do you stop at Cooley and Snuggerud and Ryan Johnson and Close? There's some awful good players that are. We got in our roster right now.
I see Middlesex skating again. Do you expect him back this weekend?
I think we're going to find out maybe after practice or tomorrow morning. Okay. And if it's not now, it's going to be for sure after the break, as a precautionary heading into the playoffs. I think he wants to play.
We talked a little bit about College-Man, just that presence he gives you in the middle. Just, how much fun is it to be able to put him in there?
Well, a little ahead of yourself on that. It's his first weekend. Yeah. It hadn't been in there for a while. Really liked it. I think we have to see where it goes.
Sure.
and it's raising the competition in practice. And he's earned and deserves a chance, and it gives us a presence of maturity too. I mean, he's a pretty mature kid, not just is he big, but he's got some talent too. So we'll see where it goes.
Bryce has improved as well too. What do you like most about his game?
Well, Bryce and I have, we probably have a relationship maybe like father-son sometimes, because it's a book. It takes him. He's like the engine chugging up the hill until he gets over the top of it. But it takes him a few weeks to start the year, and then he goes. And then we had that doggone break at holidays, and then it took him a while. So we're back to good Bryce because he's not going to stop scoring. And we all have seen it. It's just because when he gets on a roll, his confidence just oozes off his stick. And I wish I could speed up that process to get him over that engine over the hill. But when he gets there, he's in a good spot right now.
Is it a gentle nudge or more of a push?
Well, that's why we don't get along sometimes. But he knows we love him, and it's just fun when he gets to that, because then we both know that when it's rocky, it's me pushing, and then we can hug because we're where we need to be, and he's there right now.
What Hockey Day this weekend? You're not playing an active role in it, but I know you've had some fun with Hockey Day in the past. Just what does it mean, that kind of celebration of the game in Minnesota?
Oh, it's terrific. Like how it's evolved too, and really a part of it in St. Cloud, especially with my, So I got to play in a couple of them, and you get to enjoy it as a spectator. That was the best, is enjoying it as a spectator. And now all these communities that get to share in it. We are the state of hockey, and it's one weekend where we celebrate it around our community. So it's a great weekend.
You've seen the Spartans already this year. You had a couple good games with them. Just generally, what do you expect from that team?
Their engine, their elevator's going up. They're playing with confidence, renewed energy right now. I know they hit a little streak there after we were in there, but they found it again, and they're look at our whole conference right now. It's crazy what's going to happen down the stretch. So every night's a battle. We've had 4 overtime games in the last 4 in the last 6. I'd like that to stop, but the other teams have something to say about it.
I was going to say, did you practice 4-on-3 at all this week after needing it last week?
Crazy.
Yeah.
When you get into those overtime games, what do you take out of those? I know you'd rather settle on regulation.
Honestly, it's 3-on-3, and if you win the draw, you have a good chance to win the game. So win the face-off. It's gimmicky hockey. It's just the players love it, the fans love it. I don't mind watching it on TV. I don't like being on the bench with it because it's going to be a 50-50 deal when it happens. But it was meant to speed the game up. They're dividing. You get almost a half a point. If you lose the thing, a little over a half a point if you win the thing. I know we all enjoy watching it.
Bob, I know this has happened before, but when you guys are where you are and then you see the women still being number 3 as well here at the school, that's always great when you're pushing towards the postseason. Just how important is it to have both programs doing so well?
Well, you can feel it. Like you can feel it when like when you go recruiting, you go in a high school rink, everybody know, like they're talking about it. And it's fun to be part of the conversation. It's not fun when you're not part of it. And you're right, we are heading into the fun stretch of college hockey. Especially we have a bye after this week, and then it's a great time to have a little bye, one last recharge. We just wish everyone great health, and then be playing our best hockey at the end, which we normally are, and buckle up for a ride.
Well, to jump off that, how incredible is it, right? Last weekend it was rocking.
Yeah, it was awesome. Obviously, when it's a full stadium like that, it's exciting, both for the fans and obviously for us, so it was good.
What did you guys learn about yourselves coming back in that, the second game, having to force overtime again, Jimmy being tossed, the whole deal?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of resiliency from our group. I think that we're never out of a game, and we don't quit. So I think that's super important for us moving forward.
You guys feel a lot of pressure. I mean, this has been coming up more and more. This is Bob's deepest team since he's been here. Do you feel like there's a lot of weight on your shoulders? Like this year has to go deep, or it's been kind of a waste. Yeah,
I think every year for us that's important, and I think for our group we're not really worried about that stuff. We're not really worried about the outside noise, but we're just having fun and trying to play the best hockey we can, and that's what we're focused on. So yeah.
Back-to-back weeks with tying goals late in the game. What's your secret there? What does puck just seem to find you in those situations?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, hasn't happened much before in the past, so it's just starting to happen, and just kind of being in the right areas, I think, at those times, and just staying calm at the end of games is super important. So yeah.
Where do you feel your game has taken off this year? Where do you feel you've improved the most?
I think just kind of all areas. I think my defensive game has been huge this year, and my intensity and my work ethic has been pretty good this year. So I think having so many good guys to practice with every day has improved that a lot for sure.
Both you and your coach talked about accuracy, making sure you hit the net. It seemed like a perfect example of that in the Notre Dame game where you had one kind of sail on you, and then you got another chance right away. Just how important was that to kind of get a chance to redeem yourself? Yeah,
for sure. I think obviously whenever you can get on the net, it's got a chance to go in or a rebound or something. So just trying to hit the net and hope it goes in. Yeah. So.
Do you work on that?
I work on hitting the net, yeah. Whenever I shoot, I try to hit the net.
Pick a corner and try to put 5 shots in the same spot or anything like that?
I try to, but miss the net sometimes. So, yeah.
Well, every team likes to gear up and kind of have that kind of postseason intensity, almost like what you guys had last weekend, bring it forward.
Yeah.
And Bob was saying how it's important to have that and then play some more and then you get a little bye, so to speak, before you jump in it. How important was that feeling and just to bring it up a notch that way?
Yeah, for sure. I think obviously this time of year you got to ramp it up, and I think being in close games like we have been recently is good practice for us, and especially at the end of the year it's going to be tight. So I think getting that rest in 2 weeks and then going from there is important too.
It's also the mental aspect too, right?
Yeah, I think a little break and then obviously hitting it hard for the rest of the year. So yeah.
Your decision to come back this year, was it a tough one? What all went into it when you?
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely tough. I mean, I think kind of both sides would have been a good choice, but just kind of having another year to develop and stuff, and obviously playing such a great team with great guys was really important to me. So yeah.
Was there any pact like with any of your teammates to come back?
That's probably what it looks like, but no, I think we all kind of made our decisions and respected each other, and it worked out well, so we're happy about it. Obviously, we like being together, so it was good.
Your coach said with all these overtime games, he said he really likes watching 3-on-3 overtime on TV. He doesn't necessarily like being on the bench for it. What do you guys think of it? With all that open ice out there, and you and 2 forwards?
I mean, I get what he's saying. It's nerve-wracking for sure, but I think it's fun for us just to have that much space, and obviously we like to play a fast game, so it opens it up for us pretty well. Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be one of 3 Hobie Baker nominees on this team? I mean, there isn't a higher honor in college hockey. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's special for sure. I think on our team we could have so many guys up for that award, and I guess to us it doesn't really matter. We're just kind of focused on our team and having fun. So yeah.
Yeah, Bob was saying it's capped at 3. That more could be there, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could have so many guys up there. So I guess whoever it is cool with us. So yeah.
It seems like the Heisman goes to a quarterback every year. The Hobie, we've had Cale McCarr, we've had Scott Brunovich. We've had recognition for some guys on the back end. I mean, as a defenseman, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's pretty cool. I think there's so many good defensemen this year too in college hockey, and I guess however that works out, it'd be pretty awesome for whoever gets it. So yeah.
Your coach has kind of talked about great players can control the game like a quarterback. Is that something you take away on that weekend with Michigan?
Yeah.
Knowing when to push and when to pull back?
Yeah, for sure. I think kind of situational awareness is key in the game, and I think even in those big games whenever you can kind of calm it down, and I think for us as a team we can calm it down at the end of the games even if we're down a goal. So yeah, I think that's really important in those big games.
What kind of triggers you to calm it down versus press? Like, what does that look like to you?
Yeah, I think if you just get kind of too uptight and as a group, if everyone's kind of panicking, then you kind of make some mistakes. But I think for us, just being relaxed in the situations and being comfortable is important for us. So, yeah.
Yeah, so hand in hand with the early turnovers to kind of calm it down and clean up that part of the game.
Yeah, I think we get a little excited coming out for big games like that, and I think, like you said, just calm it down after the first period or whatever it was on those turnovers. So, yeah.
With players like Brock and Ryan and on your blue line, what
Yeah.
do you learn from them, and what do they learn from you, I guess?
Yeah, I think we all have different skills that we're kind of good at, and I think seeing that every day, we can kind of help each other and obviously pick stuff off from each other's game, which is obviously super important. And obviously competing against each other every day is really good too. So it's really nice. Yeah.
You've seen the Spartans once already. What do you expect from the guys in green coming in here?
Yeah, they're an unbelievable team, and they like to work too. So it's going to be a really good challenge for us, and another great weekend of games for sure.
Another